this debate. The topic we all be exploring is the impact of COVID-19 on education. The pandemic has discreetly transformed global education, affecting students, teachers, and families. But was this transformation overall negative or positive? So, to debate this question, we have two participants today. On my right, participant one, Adou Animi, who believes that the effect of COVID-19 on education were predominantly negative. And on my left, participant two, Ebenezer, who adds that COVID-19 also brought positive change to education. We all begin with participant one. What are your arguments?
Thank you, Mr. Samassi, for giving me the floor. I am Adou Emmanuel, General Practitioner. I firmly believe that the impact of COVID-19 on education was mostly negative for several reasons. First, school closure and learning disruption. During the pandemic, millions of students worldwide had their education abruptly interrupted. So, according to UNICEF, over 1.6 million students were affected by schools closure in 2020. This disruption led to significant learning delays and, in some cases, permanent dropouts. In second, educational inequalities worsened. Students from disadvantaged families were hardest hit. So many lacked access to internet or digital device, which prevented them from participating in online classes. For instance, in sub-Saharan Africa, only 22% households having internet access. In third, deterioration of student mental health. Social isolation and certainly stress cause increased anxiety and depression among young people, directly impacting their ability to learn. These effects are not temporary. The inequality and gaps created during the period risk having long-term consequences for the entire generation.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Adou, for your intervention. Okay, thank you. After Mr. Adou, we now move on to participant to Mr.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Samassi. My name is Ebenezer. I am a biologist. I believe COVID-19 also served as a catalyst for positive and necessary changes in education. Here is why. Firstly, the pandemic accelerated the adoption of digital tools in education. Within months, schools integrated digital tools that would have taken years to implement under normal circumstances. This modernized teaching and learning methods, making education more interactive and accessible. Moreover, hybrid models which combine online and in-person teaching have offered flexibility to meet the diverse needs of students. So students could learn at their own pace from recorded lessons. This flexibility has made education more inclusive and better suited to different learning styles. Rather than seeing this period as a crisis, I view it as an opportunity to transform and build a more resilient education system.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ebenezer and Mr. Adou, two biologists in Ivory Coast. I have now a question for you and another question for Mr. Ebenezer. Mr. Adou, your participant one. You mentioned a decline in learning quality, but some students developing in skills like autonomy and management. Don't you think these gains partially compensate for the setback?
Thank you, Mr. Samassi. Hartford, some students develop autonomy and time management skills. So these benefits were limited and unevenly distributed. Vulnerable students did not significantly benefit, and the skills cannot make up for the major learning loss, and also lack of inclusive interaction essential for holistic development.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Ebenezer, I have a question for you. First, digital skills became essential during the pandemic, but didn't these skills primarily benefit a technological elite, leaving vulnerable population behind?
Okay, thank you. While digital skills initially benefit more privileged students, initiatives such as device distribution and improved internet access allowed a broader range of students to benefit. The skills critical for the future are not limited to an elite and prepare students for an increasingly digital world.
Thank you. In your opinion, what is the most important lesson we can learn from the crisis to improve our education systems? Participant one, what's your opinion?
Thank you, Mr. Samassi. For me, we need to invest heavily in online education while strengthening traditional system to make more resilient to crisis.
Participant two, what's your opinion?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Samassi. So I think that it is crucial to rethink the educational models to make them more inclusive, flexible, and focused on individual learners' needs.
Okay, very good, Mr. Ebenezer and Mr. Adou. Before we close the discussion, I will give each participant 1 minute for a final statement. Participant 1.
In conclusion, I maintain that COVID-19 caused damage to education. So we must focus on repairing these damages to ensure a better for future everyone.
Okay. Participant 2.
Okay. In summary, while the pandemic was challenging, it also brought several opportunities for transformation. If we leverage innovations and address the weaknesses identified, we can build a equitable and resilient education system.
Okay. Thank you to our participants for compelling argument, and thank you for your audience. And we are look to seeing at the next debate. Goodbye.
Goodbye.